Hey everybody, Engineer Coffee, welcome back to Mars. Last episode we got the monorail station here at the launch site all encapsulated. This will be the monorail loading platform. We'll have to get it pressurized and stuff because it's supposed to be an airlock. And then on either side we have the waiting areas. So we got an elevator shaft there, and then stairs that go down below. We got this empty space here that we'll put in, I don't know, coffee shops or hamburger shops or something. And then across here we've got just an observation deck. Alright, so these are just shuttle bays. I think there was some confusion in the comments. Let's go down there first. Take the stairwell down here. Woo. And then this will be the airlock because the hangar over here is not pressurized, so these will be individual airlocks for that. And then you come over here, and there are doors here to open and close. Let's go ahead and close them up. Makes it nice and flush with the top. Open it up, and then we'll hit that button and try to hop on the elevator real fast. Alright, the elevator comes up here and gets flush with the roof. Alright, so the intent is like shuttles will come from here and go to the base over there, and the landing platforms on the apartment and the other base. This is not where space vehicles are going to come land. We will have an actual launch facility over here with those tunnels that come out. So this is really just for like atmospheric shuttles that are going back and forth instead of taking the monorail. We get the more privileged people taking shuttles. Alright, so this episode I want to get more into the automation side of things. We need to get 4 elevators in here. We have the elevators for the shuttle bays around the edges. Those all need to be automated as well. So first off, we need to build the elevator, so let's go ahead and dig down these shaft lengths here and get some elevators in. We'll probably copy what we did on the medical room in the apartment, where it's got a small grid elevator that's pushing up here because we've got this glass on the inside track, so we can't really fit any large grid in there without, I mean, I guess a half block, but that would be kind of goofy. Well, let's grind out these so we can actually get something to build off of. Actually, that might be a good spot for the... that might be a good spot for the hinge, actually. Let's do that. Let's get this stuff ground off. We need a full block height. Let's do that one as well so we can make it airtight. Let's see, that's not going to help being open like that. It'll go all the way through. So I might just need to flip... yeah, I'm going to need to flip this guy. There we go. That works. Right here at the bottom, we can get away with half blocks. Let's get all this stuff ground out. Gonna explode stuff on us. Oh, we did it without actually exploding anything. That's surprising. Let's get this out of here. Let's get a cargo container instead. Let me turn on our lights, huh? There we go. Now we don't need these because we're not hooking up the ship anymore. Alright, perfect. Let's get a rotor in here now. Alright, add a small head. We can use one of our new landing gear. Boom.
Energy low.
I guess I should probably put a refill station up here, huh? Do I have that anywhere on my toolbar? Could be in here somewhere. There it is. Nice. Refill station. Okay, landing gear is locked on. Now we just need to fill in the side here, and then we'll start putting on the piston mechanism. So just go ahead and take that block out temporarily so we can get between the two. Let's see, I need the half slope because of the frame of the hinge. There we go. Alright, let's build the elevator. Alright, so on the hospital one, we had 4 of these. Need some interior plate, and we probably just need to get more steel. There we go. Alright, up with a piston, down with a conveyor, then up with a piston again, and we just keep doing this. We just keep doing this till we get 4 of them. Let's go ahead and get that guy welded up, though. Alright, just because I want to raise him up a little bit. There we go. Just tired of having to dip down to get the bottom piece on there, so let's go a little bit more. Yeah, it's a lot easier. Alright, and number 4. and then there will be a block on the top of that. And then the elevator can start here. Alright, well, before we put a platform on there, we should probably get that welded up before we lose access. Alright, there we go. That is all we need for that. I guess we could put the controls in here, but we've got so much stuff to control. I think we'll just make another wall. Hey, there we go. I should probably figure out what these are going to be labeled. What is this bay over here? This is C. Okay. I thought I was on the other side. Oh, well, it turns out I can't copy the hospital. We're actually going up another level. So we might need another piston on here, now that I see it. Crap. Crappity crap crappin' crappins. Oh, let's try this again with one more piston here. Hopefully this works. Let's get that guy welded up. There we go, now we have access. Alright, let's get this one welded up and see how it does. Alright, how high is that going to reach? Looks like we're good. That'll come out to there. And then we'll probably use a half. I think that's what we did on the last one. And reverse. These are probably going to have a stack tolerance issue that it's going to be a little bit tall. Yeah, it does. Is it enough to worry about, though, is the question. Nope. Looks like we can step up onto it. Easy enough. Yeah, we're not hitting our heads and we're not clipping on there. So we are good. Okay, well that works. Let's go ahead and recreate it on the other side. Alright, well there is one elevator bed. I'll do the other ones at some point. That's going to be a lot of work. A lot of repetitive work. So I want to get to the controls of this base. So let's go ahead and dig a basement in here. Since we got all this room. Alright, well I was going to come down the stairwell, but I had this already. Which is going to expose the elevator shaft. So I guess we'll have to think about that one.
Low.
That's fine. I probably should have refilled before I hit the recording back on, but you know, how it goes. Alright, stairs down here, and then we've got nowhere to attach to. Guess that goes there. Is that the inside track? Yeah, I guess it is. Oh no, we do have some place to attach. Attach to the stairs, you dum-dum. Alright, stairs down that way. I guess we'll put glass here. Or should I put a door or something there so we can get into the underside? Because this would be like an authorized personnel only. I was thinking about putting a door, though, that was authorized personnel right here. So what do I want to do there? Anything? I'll just encapsulate it. I think that works better. Oh, that's right. We've got the conveyor line coming through here. I might lower it down one then. Nah, we're probably alright. We're going to probably need 2 high, so let's go another stairwell down. Do we want to go down for the door, though? Probably not. Let's put a door in. We got the new doors. Those look nice, but I was thinking more of a hatch. Make it look a little bit more official. Yeah, let's do one there. We'll do another one on the other side. Let's drop this down. Let's see, I'm gonna screw it up if I take it out first. So that is a junction, so we're good there. Let's run it this way so I don't have to worry about pressurization. Alright, here we go. The conveyor line is down. I think I've got a plan here, what I want to do. So I got a junction there. Let's put a hinge on the top so we can get small grid. Right here we're going to do a half block cargo container. I should have built that first so then I can actually get cargo access. Alright, let's make this thing airtight. Let's put some blocks around it. It's all going to get covered up by blocks anyway, so I don't really care what it looks like. I guess we can put vents on the backside there as much as we want, so that's easy enough. Here is going to be our wall. Let's see. So I don't know what we're going to do up here yet, so I don't really want to mess with the ceiling, other than maybe drop it down blocks to get lights on there. Let's get some railings in here. I guess I need a floor before I can attach the stairs on. Let's just go ahead and put these in here. I guess I don't need that. Just a big plate, that'll work, and then we'll figure out something here. Could put that. It's gonna get covered by half block, so that's not gonna show up anything. I'd just do plain.
Energy low.
I should probably put a refill station down there too then. Oh, I'm actually out of construction components. Let's build some more of that. Alright, there we go. Now we got some stairs in here with the catwalk, and now we can get to the wall. Yeah, that'll be good. I think we'll just replace all the ceiling with something at some point. I really can't cover those up now that I put a catwalk in the way, so we're just gonna have to live with those. Oh well. Let's see, I just need a bunch of steel plate. Oh yeah, it's not gonna match up quite exact, is it? Because that's gonna be a half block. That's alright, this guy can just poke out a little bit. Alright, so that block actually needs to poke out like that. Yeah, that works. Alright, let's surround it in the caution, just because it looks better. Alright, there we go. I think I got all the border. I gotta weld it all up now. You know, I was thinking these stairs would be kind of cool having them close and kind of interactive with the wall, but I think it's going to be in our way more than anything. I think we'll probably flip them and put them over on this side.
Low.
I think I'll still do the half stairs just for space savings. Then here we should probably put in that refill station. Yeah, I guess I don't need any additional steel. These only take one, so they already have all the material in them. I just gotta weld it up. It'll be easier from the stairs that I just built. Alright, there we go. We got our launch station controls. So let's start filling it in with stuff. Alright, I think the first thing we need to do is the monorail station here, the doors for getting the monorail in. Let's make it up all the way up here to the top. We've got this sequence here with these doors and the rotor. I guess technically is an airlock, so we need to figure out where we want to put vents in this building. I did not consider that. You know what? I'm thinking right here. Let's just take these out. I don't think we need 6. Let's just do 4. Probably don't even need that much. Maybe 2 would have been fine here in the middle, but it'll go faster, I guess, this way. Let's see. We've got room up there. We're going to have all these connected. That's unfortunate with those lights now, because now I kind of want to connect them across. Or do I just worry about connecting them on the bottom? Alright, let's just grind down through the bottom. Where does that land us? On top of a door. Okay. That's a thing. I guess we can go all the way back around over to here. Because yeah, we've got connections over this direction. Actually, do I need that block? I do need that block for air tightness. We need to almost dive back here and down. Yeah, that's just a corner, so that's easy enough. We could come up straight with that one into here. And that would connect us in. Okay. Okay. Let's see, that block doesn't even need to be there. Alright, so this corner can actually be the connector. Let's see, there? Yes. Okay, so there's the connector, and then we just need to have... well, actually, do I want the connector there? Right, I do need an airlock in here for this as well, so maybe we do just put a large tank back here that is able to service all of the 4 airlocks here plus the monorail airlock. We could probably do that. The tanks are big enough. They hold a ton of air in them. Put our valve connection there, and then we can do a T, probably, there. Yeah, we'll be walling that off there. I don't need anything. Okay, there we go. We got our 2 valves. We got 1 tank over here. We'll see how 1 tank does. But we can route up through here, our conveyors, if I had any material. I guess that should be white, huh, to match. Let's see, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this corner, so let's flip it around so we can't see it. Okay, that routes up to there, so then we just need to have a straight conveyor. Alright, yep, I'm going to drill right through here. Oh, no, the lights are fine, they're attached to the ceiling. Doy. I guess I could put the vents... Oh, no, I don't want to put the vents up here, because then I have the backside of it to worry about. Get that one welded up before we lose access. Let's see, I should probably come down this way, huh? Yeah, I need to come down so I can get the other airlock down there. Alright, now some vents. There they are. Alright, there we go. Now we can pressurize the monorail station. Gotta get the other side done. That's easy enough. Alright, the only question is when we get down to here, how do we want to cross over? Or should I cross over around here? I guess I could do it around here. That could be a T. Alright, there we go. We got a route all the way across. Let's get this stuff welded up while we're here. Oh, nice. Now we got a T off over here for this airlock. We'll have another T on this side. And then more over there. Okay. Got a plan. Alright, there we go. I think I've got all the vents in the airlocks here. And then it's plumbed around up through the monorail station. Let's go find those. Up here we've got vents to depressurize the monorail area. That comes down and around to the other side that goes to the 1 tank that we have over here. One tank might not be enough, but that's all right. Let's see. I wanted to leave that gap in theory to get a gun encampment, but I don't think we need it now. Let's block that guy in. Let's get some stuff labeled. This is going to be the monorail rotor. Alright, I think I've got all the doors labeled. I've got the rotor labeled. I think we are good there. Oh, the vents. That's what I needed to label. Got to label the vents. There we go. Monorail airlock vent. Back to the control room. Alright, for the airlock there, we need probably some timers and some... am I on big or small? Oh, I was on big. Oops. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is an event controller. That is going to determine... let's see, let's get a control panel on here. In here? No? Then with the button panels? There it is. Really? Steel plate for that. Okay. There we go. Launch station, counter tolls. Alright, let's start with a couple timers, actually. We'll need one for close. Okay, launch station controls, timer. This is for pressurizing. Let's see, this would be monorail station pressurize. Alright, for its actions, all it needs to do is really rotate the rotor. I guess we only have the one rotor. Let's go figure out which direction that is. Put all this stuff in my way. Okay, right now it's at 0, so it needs to go positive velocity. Is that fast enough? Let's see, how fast do we want to go? No, 10 feels pretty good. Yeah, let's do 10. Alright, so it's going to do a set velocity of 10, and then it'll probably turn itself off. It'll turn the other one on for the depressurize once that's done. Really, that's it for that, and then we need an event controller. Alright, and this one's going to do rotor position. Nope, that's not where it is. It's up here. Rotor hinge angle, that's what we want. So when it's equal to or less than 0... no, it needs to be 90 degrees, right? Equal to or greater than 90 degrees. That means it's out of the way. I have the one rotor on this base, that's easy. Yeah, it's currently at 0 because it's straight, which is great. When it gets to greater than 90 degrees, then we close the doors. Okay, so when this guy is greater than 90 degrees, then we want to close our group of doors. Where is our hangar doors? There we go. I'm going to close those. And I guess we want another event controller to detect when the doors are closed. Okay, so hangar doors, we want all of them. Let's find those. Let's select the door first. There we go. Door finished opening and closing. Okay, they're all open. That's great. Let's see. When it is fully closed, which would be this side, that's when we want to do our vents, which I did not make a group of, did I? I did not. Let's go do that. Okay, when the doors are closed, then we grab our vents and we set them to pressurize, which is depressurize off. And then when they're fully open, we want to do that rotor. We want to give it a negative velocity. Set velocity of -10. See, then we want to go into our vent itself. Let's call one of these main. Just in case we need to adjust its settings later. Let's do it there so I can actually see it. And we'll have actions for it when it's fully pressurized and not pressurized. So when it's fully pressurized, then it'll open the doors. I swear I made a group of that, did I not? Okay, so when they're fully pressurized, they're going to turn on these doors and open them.
Energy low.
And when it's fully depressurized, it's going to turn on the hangar doors and open them. And then it's also, when it's fully pressurized, we want to turn off the hangar doors. Or should I do that when they close? Alright, let's turn off the hangar doors inside the event controller for those hangar doors. So when it's finished closing, it turns those hangar doors off, so then they're locked. And the vent is then pressurizing, which is good. And then once that gets fully pressurized, the main vent here will turn on the inner doors and then open them. Does the AND gate work on the closed, I wonder? Let's go test that actually. I wonder if that AND gate works on the closed side of things. Like I know it normally doesn't on the negative side, but this door finished is a little bit different. Alright, so if I close this door, it turned them off. Okay, so that is a problem then. I mean, I guess they'll all go as a group, but that's interesting. So we don't need the AND gate. They're just going to do their own thing. which I guess is fine. It's more of just learning how that works. Alright, well, that's good to know. So it doesn't matter whether we have the AND gate on that or not. Although it would be nice to know if they were all open before we rotate the track, so that one's alright. We'll keep the AND gate on there. Alright, then we need another event controller. Alright, this time for the inner doors. Alright, all 8 of them. AND gate, sure. Okay, so when they're fully closed... Yeah, see, this is where I don't want them to be controlled by anybody. Or when they're fully closed, they want to depressurize on the airlock vents and turn themselves off. Do we need to do anything if they're fully open? Not really. I think we're all right. All right, well, then we need a timer for the depressurize and then another timer for the flip-flop between them. I guess I don't need a flip-flop between them. I could use a group. That's all right. Maybe we should change that to the flip-flop. It doesn't matter. All right, there we go. The flip-flop is just going to pressurize and depressurize. It's going to try to trigger both. So the pressurize one, that's going to rotate the rotor the negative degrees. So we're going to do set velocity -10. And then it's going to turn itself off. Pressurize is going to turn itself off. All right, the depressurize cycle is pretty easy. All that's going to do is close the doors. And then it's going to go ahead and turn itself off. Alright, so when is the cycle complete? It's really when the doors are open, right? If we use this one instead, when the doors are fully open, then we know that it's fully pressurized and we can turn the depressurized one back on, right? We can turn it on here. Alright, then when these guys are fully open, we can turn the pressurized back on. Okay, I think we're good. I think we've got all the controls that we need for the monorail airlock there. Alright, well, we really have no way to test it because we don't have anything pressurized. We got this giant opening over here. So we're just gonna have to trust that we did it right. But let's at least set up the initial conditions. Yep, there we go. So yeah, it did turn off all of those, and then these guys should be set to depressurize on. Yes, that's all good there. And once they're depressurized, those doors will open. That's all good. And then this thing would rotate around. So that's fine. Alright, so can I stop myself from using this? No. Yeah, I can have the anyone can use button, but I can't just have it purely button control and not me trying to activate it. That's fine, I guess. Alright, let's see. Next up, we're going to have the airlocks. Let's go find our programmable blocks again. There we go. Let's see. We'll need an event controller. That's broadcast controller. That's not what I want. Alright, let's see. We'll have an event controller for the tank. And we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 4 airlocks that go to each of the landing pads. Alright, so we're going to have one for the airlock valve. We're going to have one for... Alright, then one is for each one of the airlocks. A, B, C, and D. There we go. Alright, so basically this one here for the valve is just going to connect and disconnect the connector to make sure that the tank is full. We'll have to experiment to see how full we want it, since we're doing the 4 airlocks plus the monorail station, so it might be a lot. Yeah, and then these ones are just going to be the event controllers to cycle the airlock doors, which pretty much will follow the tutorial that I have. Alright, next let's work on the hangar doors. So we're going to have a cycle. So let's see, we're going to have an open cycle and a closed cycle, and then probably some type of flip-flop between them? Or does that even matter? Alright, so how do I want to operate this? What I'm thinking is we'll make it really simple. For this, we just need to raise the hinges up there, and then we need to raise the hinges to close the door. Which this really isn't the steady state. The steady state would be that the doors are closed. Alright, so there is the closed position. We want the open position, so really we just need to trigger these guys to go in reverse, right? Which is, what do we have? 3 RPM? Okay, and they're at 90 and they're going to go to -8. So we just want to give them a negative velocity. Alright, I think we can do these hangars really easy. I think we just need a single event controller. Alright, no, we actually need 2 event controllers. I was wrong. Alright, there we go. 2 event controllers per hangar is what we need. Alright, I'm going to call these the bay elevators just so it stands out a little bit different. We got plenty of hangars around here. Alright, and this will be the bay door. Let's see, all of these guys should have their doors closed now. Elevators down. Yes. Doors closed, elevators down. Good. Let's move the truck, just in case. Alright, so right now, we don't want those elevators to move because the doors aren't open yet. So we're going to turn them off. So then we would want to reverse the doors. Alright, so what we want to do here is our hinge angle. We want to pick our hinges. for elevator A. Do they have that many? I don't think there's that many. Oh, no, there is. For the elevator, I want the door. All right, so we want those 4 hinges in there. They're currently at 0. Oh, no, they're currently at 90. And we want them when they get less than or equal to 0. We select actions. We want to turn on. We want to turn on the elevator A hinges. Otherwise, we turn them off. And then for the elevator A, right now they are what? Right, elevator A, we got a bunch of blocks for that one. Let's do an AND gate on them. I think I forgot the AND gate on the last one. They're currently at negative 90, and so if they are equal to or greater than negative 88, then we want to turn on the hangar door. Otherwise, we're going to turn it off. Let's go test that real quick, see if that's going to work. I'm kind of curious if it's going to work with the, like, mid-cycles, like what happens if I push the button while it's halfway going. So really I should create a group of all of those. So let's go elevator A and hangar A. We want to select both of those groups. Let's do A cycle on that one, and then the button, we're just going to find that group, and we're just going to get a reverse. You know, in theory, these guys are off, and it won't do anything until the door opens. There we go. Now it's going, and now if I hit it again, nope, those want to close. Let's see, I want to turn rotor lock on and off. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so this we want to do hinge lock off, right? And then hinge lock on, hinge lock off, hinge lock on. And then so right now, this hinge lock should be off. Okay, those should be on, which is fine. And then they need to have their hinge lock on. Okay, so now it should go down, and these guys are trying to reverse. Yeah, they're at a positive 3 velocity. But they can't go until this guy actually touches down, right? No. Why are you still not moving? Their hinge lock is still on. Why is that? Clearly got something going wrong here. Let's see. Do we have AND gate? No, we do not. We should. Negative 89. Okay, yeah, so they're not quite 90 degrees, which is fine. That's why I had...
Energy critical.
Oh, no, those are the doors. Okay, so the doors are pretty much closed. They're not exactly 90, but that's fine. It's when they get less than 0 degrees, then they should turn off the hinge lock on the elevator. Oh, that's elevator B. That's why. There we go. Then it turns the hinge lock back on. So it turns off A, turns on A, then the elevator A. Let's make sure we did that right. A and A. There we go. That should do it. The door is currently closed, so these guys' hinge lock should be on. Let's go find that. Elevator A should have their hinge locks on. That's why B's hinge lock was on. Okay, well, there we go. Now it should open, and it shouldn't move until that guy gets to 0 degrees. That's good. And then if we cycle back, yeah. Why is that a thing? Why is that not hinge locked? Alright, let's see. The EC for the elevator here, if it's greater than negative 88, which it's currently, it is greater than that. Of course, that's not working, because these got locked for some reason, right? Okay, let's try this again. Doors aren't moving. That's good. We should get all the way down to the bottom, or at least negative 88, before those guys go, or they don't. Why are they still locked? Hinge lock is on. Why is the hinge lock on? Alright, hinge lock is off on the hangar. Why? 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 Alright, let's try this again. Open the doors. They get past the negative 90. Elevator operates, and it shuts itself off. Why? Is it like bouncing? Is it doing something weird? Oh, it's because the... Wait, what? Wait, what is going on here with this? It's not registering as negative 31 anymore. It's doing a... Look at that. When the hinge lock goes on, it changes it to a positive 351 degrees. Okay, hinge lock off, negative 8 degrees. Hinge lock on, 351 degrees. What in the world? That's definitely what's going on there. That's why that's not working. Is it because it has this weird thing going on here? Okay, well, that explains why this just stops. Is that gets triggered again. It's because it switches to like 350 degrees for no reason. That's really weird. Well, if that's the case, then we might just have to do timers. That we open the doors and then we wait until the doors are open before we operate the elevator, because that That's not going to work. All right, I got one more idea. Since these ones are just hanging down and kind of, you know, flopping in the wind, basically, maybe we don't need to use the hinge lock. Maybe we can turn these ones on and off, and that won't screw with the angle. So maybe we can do that, that when it gets past a certain degree, it will just turn off. Let's find that. The one here, I think this is the one that's controlling the hangar, right? Yeah, the hangar door is here. So instead of hinge lock off, we want to turn the block on. Otherwise, we turn it off. Let's try that. Okay, so we hit it. It's on. Everything is good. It'll drive itself back. Oh. Okay. Nope. It's off. It just flops in the wind now. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that at all. Okay, I think we need to get the truck off of here for one. Let's get the truck out of here, because I don't trust it. It's gonna fling the truck at some point. Well, none of that makes any sense. I don't understand why. I mean, it's off, I get it. It should just be swinging, but... Oh, now it won't turn itself on because it keeps flopping? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Actually, it should just be totally on. Wait, these ones down here are actually doing the same thing? They are. They're flip-flopping between -90 and 270. What in the world is happening? Apparently hinge lock is not working right now, which makes me think the bridge crane over there is probably borked. Oh, that's great. Okay, well, we're gonna go do old school timers. Never mind on that one. So let's see, we have an open cycle and a closed cycle. So we'll have an open the door, that'll be a trigger, and then there'll be a timer to wait to activate the elevator. And then that should probably turn off that elevator. So it'll have to probably wait till the cycle is done before it completes. I think we need at least 5 is what I'm going to go with. Okay, there we go. These are the 5 timers that I think we need. So the up timer, all it's going to do, it doesn't need a delay at all. It's going to open the doors. For these ones here, let's do the actual reversing. So let's give it a -3, I think is what it was. And then it's going to start the next timer to go up, which is the elevator, and then it's going to turn itself off. And then we might have lights or other things in here, because I'm thinking these blinking lights will only activate while it's going up, and then it'll turn back off when it gets back down to the bottom. Okay, then up to after some period of time, we should probably time that, I guess. Then it'll send the elevator up. Which, what is this doing? I don't even remember. Can I reach it through the block? No. 0.5. Okay. We need to give it a positive 0.5. Alright, let's stand over here and let's give the hangar door a quick time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's assuming my counting is good. I'm not going to get out a stopwatch right now. Okay, so let's give that up timer a trial here. Do a trigger now. Okay, we might be able to do 5 seconds, but that's alright. Alright, this one is going to not reverse. Let's do an actual set velocity of -0.5. Going to start the down timer number 2, and it's going to turn itself off. Right, then this one is going to do a -3. Set velocity of -3? Or is it +3? It's +3, right? That should do it. So let's go ahead and cycle the hinges here, and we'll give this a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, let's give that a 12-second timer. Why not? That one doesn't need a delay, but it's fine. The cycle, what this is going to do is it's going to trigger both of them. All right, it's going to try to do down 1 and up 1.
Energy low.
And that's what's going to go on our button panel. Means this group can actually go away. So let's delete that now before I forget. Let's see, we need this to go back up. Alright, so now our timer up should be off. Our timer down is on. That's great. Really, our timer down shouldn't be turned back on, though, until... I didn't turn the other timers back on. So down, what it's going to do is it's going to turn itself off, but I didn't turn up back on. So I should probably turn up back on after it gets fully down. So in here, we should probably turn it back on. Up 1 can be turned back on. And then here an up 2 down can be turned on as well. Definitely more complicated than using event controllers, but whatever. Guess it just didn't want to work. Okay, yeah, 12 seconds might be a little long, but it's working. Okay, yeah, I'm actually good with that 6 seconds. Let's try to change the other timer down. Maybe to 11? Let's try 10.
Energy
we don't have a ship
critical.
on here, so it'll be a little bit better. That's pretty good, actually. Alright, energy critical. Let's go find our refill. And just make sure I got the sequencing right. Let's try B here. Doors open. 6 seconds later, we should go up. There we go. And then cycle down. 10 seconds later, the door should close. Nice. There we go. Okay. Well, that's working. I will do the other 2 elevators at some point. They're pretty repetitive, so I will do C and D at some other time, but we've got them in there, so that's good. All right, there's one more thing I want to do here. I wonder if I can reach back here. Looks like it. Yeah, let's get these. Okay, there we go. Let's find the controls again. What page did I put that on? 7. Okay. Is it in here with the program blocks? I feel like it should be. Yeah, action relays. Do I want them sideways or facing forward? I think I'll do them sideways like this. That looks better. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there we go. We got some action relays. Now we can call the elevators from a ship. Still need an antenna on this base for it to work, but that'll be good. Alright, so that accounts for that elevator and that elevator. Let's try the lights. Let's do that. Let's name these. Alright, it's a small change, but I've got these lights that they're blinking while the elevator is up. You want them up here while the ships land. So it's on this whole time, and then it doesn't turn off until it hits the bottom. So I've got it on the down 2 timer, so when those start activating, those lights will turn off, which is when the elevator reaches the bottom. So I think that works out pretty well. There we go. Reach the bottom, now those lights are off. And then when you activate it again, they immediately turn on as those doors are opening, and then this guy goes up. I think that works out pretty well. I guess I could turn it on right when the elevator starts moving up, but I think right before the doors open is good. Shows you that the elevator is going to be moving, right? Okay, nice. I like it. We've got working hangars. Alright, let's see. We've got the monorail airlock. We've got the normal airlocks to get into the hangar bays. That is the valve for the tanks. We've got the hangar elevators here. I guess next we need to have the man elevators. Alright, so for the elevators, we need to have a timer so we can trigger it. And then we're going to have 4 event controllers. 1, 2, 3, 4. One is for when the pistons are fully extended, when they're fully retracted, and then the other 2 are for the doors. Alright, I'm up here labeling everything, and I kind of regret having this all way now, because now I got to figure out where to put the buttons for the elevator call. The inside will be easy, but the outside here is going to be a little bit tricky. And in theory, a button panel right here would be great, even if it was something like this. Well, the window on the inside there would kind of be terrible. Guess I'll take these guys out and we'll put them on the sides. Yeah, down here is easy. We can just do 1. Alright, good enough. You know what? I'm gonna get this elevator car welded up. Let's not have it gray. It's a little boring. What did I do in this elevator? I did not finish this elevator. I don't know which elevator I finished. Alright, I finished C over here, and I did do it white. Okay. Alright, there is the elevator car built. We've got the button panels, got the doors labeled. I think we are ready to go downstairs and mess with these timers. Okay, here we go. Timer here. I'm going to call these man lifts because we've got elevators and bays and hangars and all sorts of stuff. So this is going to be man lift. Man lift A, cycle. I guess this will be cycle man lift A. There we go. And then for the actions, all it's going to do is close all of the doors. So we're going to use our man lift upper and lower doors. We're just going to close them all. And that is what triggers the elevator. So now we got our event controllers. We're going to have 2 for the doors. So let's do launch station Connor Toll, EC, upper doors, lower doors. Let's see, this is going to be pistons extended. And this will be pistons retracted. Okay, so when the upper doors, let's go find the doors. Door finished opening and closing. We want that on both of those. There we go. Upper doors, we want the upper doors, obviously. Lower doors, we want the lower doors. There we go. Okay, so when the upper doors close, we want to retract all of these pistons. We're going to put that into the second slot. We're just going to do a retract on each one of these 5 pistons. And I know I could make a group, but I'm going to have a million groups on this thing, so I try to refrain from doing that, so... Requires a little bit more setup to get all 5 of them in there, but we got them. Alright, then for the lower doors, when those close, we just need to extend the pistons. Okay, easy enough there. All right, when the pistons are at the top, what we want to do is we want to turn on the upper doors. Otherwise, we're going to turn them off. Do that for both doors, on and off. And then for retracted, all we're going to do is the same thing for the lower doors. The lower doors are going to turn on, then off. Oh, actually, one more thing. So with the extended, they turn the doors on, but we also need to open them. So probably turn them on. Okay, so the upper door needs to be open for both of them. Open, open. Retracted is going to do the same thing. Okay, that should be it. Let's go set some initial conditions, and then we'll put the button panels on here. So those are open. That's great. This should be closed and off and off. That way you can't activate it. And then the button panel here, button panel 4, that's going to be the timer for the man lift. I want that one here. We're going to do a trigger now. And same with these ones. Okay, so we trigger it, closes the doors, it extends this guy out. We get up here, it should... Oh, I know what I did wrong. And I do it every time. Oh, I didn't even label these really great. This should be the man lift. Man lift A. That needs to be a thing. Man lift A. Upper doors for man lift A. Lower doors, where are you? There you are. Yeah, and then I got inner doors again here and hangar doors. That should probably be for one of the hangars. Oh, good lord. That's going to be a thing. That's the monorail. Okay. Monorail. Monorail. There we go. Alright. That's making more sense now. But here, in the pistons, I did... Yeah, it's still on cargo filled. I need to do piston position, and when it's fully extended, let's do 99%. Equal to or greater than. And let's actually select the pistons. Pistons retracted is going to be the same thing. Piston position, equal to or less than 1% threshold. And add all of our pistons. Okay, that should do it. Alright, so let's turn those on. Let's get them open. Let's put the button on the button panel over here. Okay, let's try this again. Closes the door. That causes the thing to retract. Get down to the bottom. Opens the doors. Yep, okay, those got turned off. That's good. Go up to the top. Those get turned on. And that one didn't open, though. Did I forget one? That would have been the extended, right? Oh, I did door number 1 twice. That'll do it. We want upper door 2 to open as well. Okay, closes both, locks both. We go down a level. Unlocks both, opens both. We're good. Now we should be able to just cycle it and it'll run. There we go. Heard the doors open up there. We are good. Now I just gotta do it 3 more times. Why did I make this so symmetric? Now I got so many things to do that are so repetitive. Oh, that's alright. It looks good. Alright, there we go. I got them at least labeled. I will get all of those programmed off screen because it's going to be really repetitive. Same with those, so I got a lot of work off screen apparently. Alright, is there anything more we need to automate right now? I can't think of anything at the moment. So we've got, I guess, half a wall. We got tons of space left to go. Nice. I guess I can go back into filling some of this stuff in. Let's see. Where's our cargo access? There we go. Alright, I have no idea what I'm going to put back here, but I'm going to put some doors in. Just because I feel like we might need the space. Might come up with other automation stuff later. Should I continue the piping? I feel like the piping will be good. It's really expensive though. You know what? I'm going to come up with a button panel here. Let's see, where are my buttons? There it is. Alright, there we go. We got a button. We need to find the connector. There is a connector for the monorail. Yeah, launch to monorail. I want to lock-unlock that one. Switch lock. There we go. Because that connects us to the main grid for parts and stuff. But I also like to disconnect it so I can actually look at this single grid when I'm programming. So I'm going to put that on there. Just so I don't have to keep getting into the menu. Because I'm out of large steel tube unless I connect to the main base. Wow, am I just out of large steel tube? No, it's there. I just can't connect now. Uh-oh. Did we have another break of the monorail? Alright, let's go get the lobster. It is up here somewhere. Alright, you're on auto. Let's just go ahead and unlock you. How full are you? You are not very full. Let's go ahead and turn off those extra engines. We don't need that much lift. Okay, where are we broken? Oh, it's all the way back here. It's on the other side of the apartment. Okay, slow down. I just saw it. There you are. I'm gonna need... Oh, it's only small steel tube. some reason I thought you needed a large steel tube for this. How do these not require large steel tubes, but the pipe decorations do? Oh, that's goofy. Alright, I think I may have picked up stuff from the apartment. Let's check it out. Nice. Now we're connected. Let's get the rest of this fixed up, if we can. Yeah, I don't know why I'm welding this stuff by hand. I literally have a welding ship staring at this thing. Okay. I was standing on an arm. There you are. What do you require? That's not what I wanted. This. Alright, interior plate. And we got plenty. Break that side? It did not break that side. Okay. Alright, there we go. We have access. We got large steel tubes. Let's go back and get that welded. I'm really worried about automating this monorail now, and the meteors take out the track. Kind of want to leave the meteors on, though. They're kind of fun to play around with. Where are the stairs? There they are. Where did I park my car again? Yay! There we go. Let's paint those gray. Kind of goofy to have a railing right there, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, that works. We are good now. Actually, can I... Let's at least drill this out and get full blocks in here. Well, I should probably do the ceiling. Alright, are we pressurized? We are not. Where am I losing pressure? Thought I had everything sealed up. And that was sealed up back there. Oh, the door is open. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, it was the door. Some days. Okay, well there is a nice little control room. I think we could probably put in some, like, decorations and things. And actually make it a control room. Desks, maybe? No. I guess it's in the control. Is that on 7? I had them somewhere. There they are. So I want those there, though. That's really close. Maybe these will go over here. I feel like we should have something here, though. Ooh, I could do it like that. Yeah, that'd be a way to do it. We got the refill station there, though. Alright, let's put that there, and then let's put, like, little corners. Oh, of course. There we go. And then we'll put a button or something there. Actually, let's just take this out and put a button panel right now. Let's put one of those. And then I can put that button back on there. Okay, there we go. We got the switch lock for that on there. We are good. And we're pressurized, which is nice. I'm going to leave the doors open, though, just so I don't waste a bunch of oxygen. So now I need to fill in the stairs down here. And we are good. Let's see. I should probably just close it in, right? We can just do something like that. Actually, could I do... that's fine. We're just going to close it in like that. Alright, that works for me. It doesn't need to be overly complicated. I put, like, bathrooms and other stuff down here. That'd probably be a thing. Okay, well that works. I might move the doors and put other things in the corners. I don't know. But this is good for this side of the counter tolls over here. I paint these a different color, though. We're a little boring in here, aren't we? Yeah, I've got gray stairs out here, which is fine. This is like, you know, civilian access and whatever. And then we get down into here. I just kept the same color going, but we got a lot of gray going on in here. I'm thinking this. Always like a yellow railing. Yeah, that's nice. It breaks it up a bit. We're definitely going to be dropping that ceiling down, so I'm thinking we're going to have some supports in here. Make it look like it's actually tied to something. Let's see, we can't do... Oh, we can do there. I could put you here, like that. Make it look like it's hanging from the ceiling. Come on. There we go. Alright, yeah, I like that. These will be full blocks down. That'll be good. We just got to figure out what we're going to do with the upper floor before I delve too deep into that. Nice. Okay. That makes me happy. Alright, well there's a lot of interior decorating left to do in this building. I might do some of it off camera, like the interior of these airlocks and stuff. That's pretty boring. We'll probably do something here in the interior, but I gotta figure out what I want to do for a layout, but I'm getting a little burnout being in this building, so let's go do something else. So, we have some contracts that we need to go do, so let's figure out what those are. Fruit, vegetables, and some cobalt. Okay, well let's take the monorail back, and let's go get the snub fighter, and we'll get it loaded up with, I guess, some fruit and vegetables and cobalt. We'll go over to the base over there, drop off some contracts, and then we'll see if we can find some people that don't like us. I'll probably keep that processing facility. They are one of the few that actually like us. Let's go see if we can find some more random encounters. How's this doing on power? 3 hours left? Okay, that's not bad. I really should get it plugged in, though.
Meteors inbound.
Oh great, more meteors. Please don't break my track. Oh, there they are. Okay, is there a round 2? No? I guess we're okay. Alright, nice. Again, I'm not going to cycle the airlock because I'm too lazy. We're just going to go out here to the ship. Nope. That's not where I parked it. There you are. Okay, there we go. We got some contract stuff. We've got our fighter. Let's check its inventory. Okay, it's empty. We've got... Oh, we're out of ammo in our turret, aren't we? Okay, we know we do have ammo now. Oh, I turned it on, so it probably sucked in ammo. So we need to get some autocannon. Do we have any autocannon ammo? Yes, we do. Nope, that's in the Skeeter factory. That's not what helps us. Do we have anything anywhere else? Not really. Okay, we're actually getting pretty low on autocannon ammo. Let's go ahead and just make some more of those. Now we've got regional headquarters that popped up, but they are also still friends with us, so we'll leave them alone. Alright, any goodies? Probably not. We'll check the beds, though, for money. Always do. Whee! Feel like money in the bed. Wow, these all had a lot, actually. Alright, we found 30 grand worth of credits in the beds. Okay. Another 22,000, 11,000, and 203,000. Nice. Any new acquisitions? Yeah, we'll do that one. Hydrogen bottles, those are kind of annoying, but it's a good value. Girders, reactor components, I think we could make those, right? We just don't have any uranium, but we should be good. Alright, there we go, we got 10.4 million space credits. Is there anything worth buying? 6 million, we could buy the big rescue rover. We don't really need it. I don't really want to buy anything, but I like doing the contracts. Let's see, we got regional headquarters out there. We don't really have anything else. Is there another contract we want to do? Should we do like a search? Alright, we got about 12 kilometers out here, so that's not too bad. Unknown signal, we'll just let that one go. Maybe we'll catch it on the way back. I don't know. Definitely should have built over here. Look at all these canyons and topography and stuff. I definitely picked a very boring, flat area to build. Oh well. I don't remember why I don't really remember why I picked that spot. It was just where I landed, I think. These search contracts are really easy now that you've got, like, targeting. We can find it as we just zoom around. But it was more of just to get us out exploring the terrain, see if any, unknown signals pop up more than anything. The search contracts probably could use a little bit of a facelift now. I guess we'll see what goes on in this next update. I don't know if this is going to be part of it, these contracts that are on the planets, or what, but... should probably turn on our braking thrusts. That's what's going on. And I'm pretty sure we just get near it and then it disappears. Yep. Boop. Okay, we got a storage depot that popped up. That's not that crazy. Wait, so the king crab is the only thing that I have a range on? I should probably switch that. The king crab should probably not have that long of a beacon. And the base probably should. Oh well. There we go, we got a field research station that popped up on a group that does not like us. MTSL? What is that? Mystic Settlers. Okay. Probably not going to go well not having Skeeters with me to help protect. We've seen how terrible I am at fighting. Okay, I see a beacon up there. That might be the antenna next to it. I can't really tell. And we got a drone coming in right there. That's great. Maybe we'll just wait at range and we'll get the drone first. Can I see the drone, please? Where are you? Apparently the drone is too far away to target still. Alright, let's swing around this side. Let's get that drone first, because he's going to be the biggest threat, I think. Come on, get him. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Getting some hits, but we are not getting the turret, or gun, or whatever it has on it. Come on, did I get him? Come on, just get erased. Yeah, I think he's gone. Where is the base? There you are. Oh, great. Of course. It just pops up right there? That's just rude. Okay, we got the gun. Let's get the antenna before they send another one. Oh, we don't have a camera. Okay, I think I got the turret, but I don't know if I got the antenna or not. I don't see any other drones coming after us. Oh, do we have braking thrust? Okay, the antenna is down. That turret is down. That looks like it's smoking, so I guess we got that one. We're not getting shot anymore. I think we're good. I think we got it. Where is that ship over here? Let's go grind these down before we lose them. Oh no, the radiation. I forgot about radiation. Oh no, I don't have any vodka. Well, right there. Can we stand right there? We're getting a little bit of a shadow. Let's just hover. Why not? There we go. Protect me, ship. I got some money, some platinum, gold, silver. Alright, we'll take all that. I guess I'll just put it back for now. Iron, magnesium, cobalt. Let's claim the grid. Okay, cargo container. Hey, small steel tube. That's what we needed. Cobalt, magnesium, silicon. No prototech. Oh, there we go. Prototech scrap is all. And some iron and some glass. We do need glass to fix up our ship. Okay. Let's go upstairs. Anything up here? No, there was a floor there.
Inventory.
We took that out.
Full.
Alright, I think we found everything of value. Anything we missed? No. Cobalt, magnesium, prototech. Okay. Bunch of ore. And some prototech scrap. We will take what we have, I guess. Alright, well this is where I'm going to call it an episode. We got a lot done with all of our automation. We got our elevators, got our airlocks, got our monorail station, and then we did a little bit of raiding. Alright, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.